Cannon on the show. Buddy, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being part of Mike and the Knights. It is episode 563. We got 143 days left in 2024. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, nice and quiet. No news is good news over here. We'll take it. We will take it, sir.
So, the world's a total shit show right now. I mean, there's just so much happening so fast. I keep bringing up that whole thing, and we talked about this. Time is speeding up, man. Some things,
it really is.
Yeah.
It's getting more compressed. Well, a lot of crises that were kicked. They were kicked down the road for a long time, and they're just running out of room, and it's not so easy to force everyone to go along anymore. So they start to pile up. It's like a bad traffic accident on a freeway. You might have 16 lanes, but eventually they'll all get jammed up.
Right.
That's kind of what we're getting up to. So it would seem the powers that be are, looking for a way to blast through it all or go around it and just keep going. But there's too much friction now. It's not working.
You could see how aggressive I've been today at the show. Like, I don't know what it is, and I don't know if it's just me or I have a personal mental problem, but I just been a little bit down and out, and I've been really angry lately. Sorry. I've been very angry lately.
Well, it's understandable. I think we all feel some of it, don't we? Like we're getting robbed and we know it. It doesn't seem to be much we can do about it. About half the population is in on it and is fine with it because the status quo works for them. And they don't have the pattern recognition to understand that it's all going to come grinding to a halt, and they're not going to be exempt. So it's it's a problem, right? It's always a problem. And life in general. I mean, people's nerves were already stretched, singing tight. Even before 2019, 2020, right? And then it just got worse. I mean, the last 5 years have broken so many minds. And the polarization is, it's not that it created the polarization. It revealed it. It showed it for what it was, 2016, between Brexit and Trump and stuff like that, you had families that were already busting up, marriages ending, children and parents not talking to each other.
Could we go back 7 years before that?
Sure.
Global warming. Everyone was divided over... No. Yeah, it was still global warming at that time. Climate change was in 2020. Global warming. Yeah. People were divided on global warming. I would be going to check out my groceries at the checkout aisle, and the cashier working at the supermarket was a climate expert, telling us about global warming and Florida is going to be underwater.
Of course, yeah, lots of. Well, the thing about movements like this and the full court press that the media puts behind them, and the financial institutions the governments put behind them, is anybody who's on board with it. Is in that category of I'm in the club. I know a secret. I know something that you great sheeple, you great unwashed masses don't know. And, got to get the word out there. You know what I mean? Mm. And, and trying to talk people down off that ledge because they've got no identity anymore. Our nation has been, become post-national and post-ethnic and post-everything. Post-common sense, obviously. So people want things to identify with. They want great cause. They don't have God anymore. So they need a great cause. They need something to motivate them and stir up some passion. Even if they don't mean it, even if they don't understand the contradictions in some of these positions. It just, if you try pointing it out to them, then it would be like going to Saudi Arabia and, as an atheist. You're just, you better shut up. Mm-hmm. You better keep your opinions to yourselves, kind of thing, Mm-hmm. And there's just too many things like this that brought the divisions that were already there out into the open.
Can I ask? Let me interject here.
Go ahead.
It's a very simple question because you're on it right now, and I want to ask: Are we causing division, Supreme? Our community?
No, the division already happened. All we're doing is coalescing. The other side is organized. We're not. We're just trying to coalesce a community of at least try to keep people sane out there in the dark, lightless world of cyberspace. Like our whole society's collapsed mine shaft. We're all wandering around in the dark, thinking we're alone. We're just calling out to each other. The divisions are already there. I mean, the idea of don't let them divide us. There's a lot of people in this country I don't want anything to do with, and I don't want to live next to them. I don't have anything in common with them. And a lot of them, frankly, want people like me dead. I'm not extending the hand of friendship to them. Why would I? Just going to get bitten off. I mean, that doesn't mean I want to cause them harm, but if they mean me harm, they can stay the hell out of my life. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just quiet tonight.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Imagine being biracial and coming from a divorced or broken home, not knowing what your identity is. Yeah, I agree with that. And in a case like that, I think the thing to do is you got to trace your family tree back to the roots. Because there are a lot of people that think that they're just cursed because they grew up in broken homes. And the reality is a lot of it is just the virus that has spread through society, I'd say since World War II. You could go back further than that for the origins. But, it's time for those branches that feel isolated, in my view, to go back in time and graft themselves into their family tree where it wasn't so disjointed. You got to go back in time a little bit. None of us are under a curse in that regard. It's just that we're living in a cursed age. And imagine being biracial. Yeah, sure. I mean, that could be half white, half black. It could be half Asian, half whatever. It could be Métis, right? But
well, be specific with Asia.
Is there something wrong with that?
Supreme, you got to be
a big place. Yeah, there's more than one.
You got to be specific with Asia because now they're going to have your part of Asia. Give it 10 years, it's going to be Eurasia, and all of it's going to be Eurasia. Yeah. The whole continent will be Eurasia, just like they said in 1984. It's going to be Eurasia. So it's going to be more and more allocation of bigger. So everything is part of one. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you refer to someone from Eurasia, it could be from Portugal or China now. There's no separation, even though they're dividing us within, but they're trying to make it as one. I could see how, like in Portuguese history, India, it's its own continent. India is its own continent. It's not Asia. It's a different continent. It's a different landmass. Right?
Yes, Asia is an enormous place. There's more than one Asian. I get that.
Right. So what I'm trying to say here is that they're just going to keep and they're going to be Afro-Eurasian. They're going to make the whole world under one. But we're severely divided at the household. But they're going to try to make it so we could learn to accept other cultures. And, well, that's part of your culture now. No. My kids have an interesting culture. They're half Filipino and they're half Portuguese.
Yeah.
Right? Sean Paul.
But there's still a commonality, Mike, because both of those cultures are Catholic.
Roman Catholic, yes.
Right, Roman Catholic. There's still an under a substrate.
Right.
A cultural substrate between the two. I mean, it's at least part of the reason why you and your wife get along so well, right? Because you have a lot of things in common, even though you're from completely different parts of the planet.
Right. So
these things are, that kind of thing helps. It helps, keep cultures glued together and they'll stay together.